Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Commander Versus, everyone's favorite versus. I'm David McDarby, joined with...
I'm Danny West.
And we've got two sweet new decks for you. First off, let's see what you got cooking for us, Danny.
Oh, I'm cooking. This is something. The goal with this deck was to make a deck with Pillow Fort elements. That is to say, a sort of pod deck that elects to not die, but accomplishes things sort of at its leisure.
Okay,
but I didn't want to build a strictly Pillow Fort. Just that's all it does.
Yeah. Like Pillow Fort is often themed in multiplayer, so that you can stop people from attacking you rattlesnake style, and then kind of play the game, do whatever you want. Often the colors are Bant with Feldergriff or whatever in group hug style, but you kind of want to kill people. Right? Or not kill them, but win the game. How do you win the game?
Eventually. Yeah. With this deck, my commander is Angus Mackenzie, who likes to fog. But the real star, the pseudo-commander, if you will, is this enchantment here, which is the Helix Pinnacle.
The Pinnacle. What does it do?
This is a 1-mana enchantment that has Shroud. And for X, you can put X tower counters.
Tower counters.
The often seen tower
Tower of Terror.
And at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 100 or more, you win the game.
You win.
You do win.
What does everybody else do?
They lose.
Ah, I see.
The reason I wanted to... one of the things I like about Commander, I will say, is that there are a lot of cards that are really sweet, that when a set first breaks, you go, how cool is that? But you know right off the bat, there's no way it's going to see a standard deck ever. This is one of them, and Commander is a great way to use cards that you are really fond of, but that really don't have any place in competitive
Didn't make the cut
Magic.
in 60-card decks.
Correct. So I wanted to build around Helix Pinnacle.
Okay, sweet. And Angus Mackenzie is the perfect general, it looks like, to go with that.
Yes, he fogs. He helps me stay alive so that I can take my sweet time loading up on the tower counters.
All right, well, Helix Pinnacle needs about 100 mana or so to win.
More or less.
101, probably. How do you get so much mana? Like, do you have any ways to go big?
Well, I do. There are a few combos.
Combos?
Yeah.
Oh, God, combos.
I'm sorry, but I got news for you. Helix Pinnacle is a sweet way to win, and if you could take 2 or 3 cards to do that, hey, sorry, Pod.
If
you should have stopped me when you had the chance.
If you take 2 to 3 cards to win in a sweet way with Helix Pinnacle, I'm not going to be all that
upset. I feel like you should have a standing ovation.
Yeah, and, like your douchiness over here is like evened out by your awesomeness, so it makes it okay.
Sure. Yeah. But yeah, one of the 2 combos is the less sweet of the 2, I would say, is the Grim Monolith Power Artifact combo, which instantly generates infinite mana. And if you have Helix Pinnacle and they don't have any way to stop it, no split-second tricks or whatever, the game is over. Or it's not. It will be over at your next upkeep. But Grim Monolith and Power Artifact is an infinite combo right there. And I have Stroke of Genius as sort of a backup plan in case my Helix is destroyed and I can't get it back. I can just mill them, assuming they don't have an Eldrazi or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they draw their deck.
Correct.
So they're probably dead anyway.
Yep. And the other infinite combo is a little more subtle, a little more appreciative, and that is the Argothian Elder, any General Land, and Maze of Ith combo.
Argothian Elder.
Yes. You tap it to untap 2 target lands, so if you use Maze of Ith on the Elder, you can continuously just float an extra mana, and you can funnel that all into the Pinnacle in much the same way.
During your combat step, because it's got to be attacking.
Yes, you have to do it right then and there.
So you'd say pacifism is the weakness of your deck.
There's a lot of weaknesses. So I felt like if I was going to play a deck that had some infinite combos and a sweet way to win, you still have to play fair. There's a lot of cards that are like, there are very few counter spells in this deck. Like, I want to give people a chance to stop me. I want to feel like I won legitimately, even if I do it with combos. Yeah,
you don't want to be like Vampiric Tutor, Force of Will, my Deceiver Starks player.
Correct. I don't want to just lock people out of the game. And if I'm going to lock people out of the game, I want to do it in a way that they can get out. And if they can't, it's really sweet. And that's why I've included one of my favorite old school combos, Chronotog Stasis.
Chronotog Stasis.
Yes. Chronotog is a ATOG creature, a type I am fond of, as you well know.
Maybe in the future you might play a deck.
I think that's the inevitable. But what this aims to do is, instead of, I turn Chronotog's weakness into an advantage by skipping my turn continuously, so I never have to pay with stasis.
Oh.
And if they can, of course, they can draw lands, they can draw a lot of things to get out of the combo, but there are certain game situations, especially if the game goes really late or I've Beacon of Immortality into a lot of life, I can sit and they can just mill themselves by getting to take infinite turns where they can't really do anything.
Yeah, Stasis is one of the cards you look at, and first you're like, that's terrible art. And second off, you're really scared when people play this commander because nothing good can come from it.
No Faye Jones love from you. I'm surprised.
I mean, I'm more of a, I don't know.
Faye Jones.
Faye Jones, everyone. But it's a card that, like in Commander, it scares you off, but I guess if all you're doing is chronotogging and you're not like Kismeting or spell Tath Enforcering or whatever you want to do with it, it's all right. Just when you sit down, say that like your deck isn't super all-in combo, but it has some combos in it.
Sure.
But it's more of like just Bant, not die, Pillow Fort.
Correct.
Eventually combo.
And one other thing about this combo too is it's a lot more potent in 1v1 than in pods. In pods, obviously somebody's going to draw enough lands or going to have enough power to get past this combo. But it is a fun thing to do. It's a cute trick.
Okay,
basically.
cool.
Yep. And the last supplements that we have on the mat here are the Commander Staples Doubling Cube and Doubling Season. They help you get to reach your pinnacle a lot faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you can put your snow mana in your doubling cube and have double snow mana.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's my Angus Helix Pinnacle deck.
Yeah, the rest of it is Bant, good stuff, kind of trimming the deck out.
Lots of Wraths, card draw, just sort of staying alive, tutor pieces to try to find Helix because ideally that's the way
Helix,
I want to
yeah.
win. Correct.
Helix is the way you should win.
Yep.
Okay, sweet.
All right, so I guess we're going to see your deck next.
Yeah, and then we'll get to battling.
All righty.